Sean Paul and Wiz Khalifa concert in Toronto.
Oh, how's that?
It was okay. It was pretty good. Pretty nostalgic because like Sean Paul, I don't even know if he has new music, but he's singing all his old songs.
Yeah.
And you know what I learned yesterday? That he actually doesn't own any of his own music.
Nope.
And that's why, that's probably why he like tours a lot. He's on tour every single
trying to make
summer.
money.
Yeah.
I had no clue that he didn't own his own music.
Touring last summer too.
Every summer he's on tour. Also,
that
like
makes sense.
seeing him on stage, he's a little older now. He's huffing and puffing a little bit.
Doesn't seem like he
A
liked
lot
the
of the
concert.
lyrics, he was like pointing to the crowd, like, you think it? It's not like the crowd was just singing, but it's like, people love him.
Yeah.
You know, the nostalgia.
You grew up listening to Sean
Get
Paul.
busy, light blue. We be burning.
Yeah, it was fun still.
Yeah. So, first we got Trump is suing the Wall Street Journal.
I mean, it was all a hoax, right?
I guess so. Next, we got the Late Show got canceled.
Who the hell watches late night TV anyway?
I mean, I haven't watched it in a while, but I did used to like Fallon. I've actually
I don't watch
even
it
gone
at
to
all.
Tonight Show live once before, but yeah. Then Mark Carney said any trade deal would have to include tariffs.
That's why he loves tariffs so much. Right?
Mm-hmm. Elbows up.
Elbows down.
Last, we got the UK lower the voting age to 16.
You're still in high school, right? When you're 16?
Yeah, I think most teenagers are concerned with what, drinking? Like who is trying to
Getting
vote?
a license?
Right? That makes sense.
That's too young, man. In sports, we got Jon Jones said he wants that fight in the White House.
With Aspinall?
Whoever it might be, he said.
We were right.
Yeah. Trump is trying to limit NIL deals, kind of give him a salary cap.
Makes sense. Take money away from the players and give it to the colleges, right?
I guess. Couple trades in the NBA or signings. Dame's back in Portland. Beal on the Clippers. And Marcus Smart ended up on the Lakers. And one of the oldest marathon runners ever died at the age of 114 years old.
Damn. 114.
By hit and run.
114.
Wow.
That makes me feel young.
For off topic, we got Shaq, we got the infamous Coldplay concert, and a couple other things.
And stay tuned for the question segment at the end.
So, Donald Trump is suing the Wall Street Journal for $10 billion.
Billion?
Yeah, billion.
Who isn't he suing, man?
Right? Over their alleged claim that he signed a birthday letter to Jeffrey Epstein.
That letter was crazy.
Wild, no?
Yeah.
So here's the article that I believe he's referring to. Jeffrey Epstein's friends sent him body letters for a 50th birthday album. One was from Donald Trump. The leather-bound book was compiled by Ghislaine Maxwell. The president says the letter is a fake thing.
Okay.
And this is what they were claiming. It was Jeffrey Epstein's 50th birthday, and Ghislaine Maxwell was preparing a special gift to mark the occasion. She turned to Epstein's family and friends. One of them was Donald Trump. Maxwell collected letters from Trump and dozens of Epstein's other associates for a 2003 birthday album, according to documents reviewed by the Wall Street Journal. Pages from the leather-bound album assembled before Epstein was first arrested in 2006 are among the documents examined by the Justice Department officials who investigated Epstein and Maxwell years ago, according to people who reviewed the pages. It's unclear if any of the pages are part of the Trump administration's recent review. The president's past relationship with Epstein is at a sensitive moment. The Justice Department documents the so-called Epstein files and who or what is in them are the center of the storm consuming the Trump administration on Wednesday after angry comments about how the files are a hoax created by Democrats. President Trump lashed out on his own supporters for refusing to let the matter go. The letter bearing Trump's name, which was reviewed by the Journal, is body like others in the album. It contains several lines of typewritten text framed by the outline of a naked woman, which appears to be hand-drawn with a heavy marker. A pair of small arcs denotes the woman's breasts. And the future president's signature is squiggly Donald blow her waist, mimicking pubic hair.
Oh my god.
The letter concludes, "Happy birthday, and may every day be another wonderful secret."
Wow.
This is wild. No?
That's crazy. May every day be a wonderful secret.
Right?
Yeah.
And then here's a clip of Donald Trump calling the Epstein files a hoax.
It's all a hoax. Has your attorney general told you this was a hoax? What evidence have you seen of
The
that?
Attorney General. I know it's a hoax. It's started by Democrats. It's been run by the Democrats for 4 years. You had Christopher Wray and these characters and Comey before him. It's all been a big hoax. It's perpetrated by the Democrats. And some stupid Republicans and foolish Republicans fall into the net. And so they try and do the Democrats' work. The Democrats are good for nothing other than these hoaxes. They're bad for policy. They're bad for picking candidates that can get elected. Like in New York, we have a communist running.
Oh.
He may get elected too, actually, but he'll destroy the city. No, it's I call it the Epstein hoax. Instead of talking about the things we've achieved, we've had tremendous achievement. They're wasting their time with a guy who obviously had some very serious problems, who died 3-4 years ago.
Will you ask Attorney General Pam Bondi to release more documents to finally put this controversy to bed?
Whatever's credible, she can release. If a document is credible, if a document's there that is credible, she can release. I think it's good. But it's just a subject. He's dead. He's gone, and all it is the certain Republicans got duped by the Democrats, and they're following a Democrat playbook. And no different than Russia, and all the other hoaxes. They're started by the Democrats, and some Republicans. In this case, I was surprised, but they got duped.
You mentioned past supporters when you were talking about the Epstein issue. Does that mean that you're effectively disowning any supporters who are?
No, but I lost a lot of faith in certain people.
He says it there too, that some of the Republicans got duped.
Yeah, I mean, even there, when he's like, I was gonna tell the Attorney General to release some of the files. I was reading that technically, because Ghislaine is still in prison and she's fighting a legal battle, that they might not be able to release everything anyways.
Yeah,
like even if they wanted to, a judge could reject it, right? So I don't know how much of that is wordplay and he's just saying it because they don't know how much of it is actually true, right? But I think we also had a True Social post from Trump, right? In which he writes, the Wall Street Journal printed a fake letter supposedly to Epstein. These are not my words, not the way I talk. Also, I don't draw pictures. I told Rupert Murdoch it was a scam, that he shouldn't print the fake story, but he did it. And now I'm going to sue his ass off.
Oh my God.
And that of his third-rate newspaper. Thank you for your attention to this matter, DJT.
That's crazy.
Third-rate newspapers.
Wall Street Journal, right? Yeah. Third-rate newspaper.
So if you don't know, Rupert Murdoch, he owns He owns News Corp, which through that they own a bunch of companies. They own Fox, they own Wall Street Journal, New York Post, The Times, and The Sun in the UK. Okay. In Canada, they own the National Post, the Vancouver Sun, the Calgary Herald. So it's a very well credited newspaper, right? And one thing that you'll see in common there is that a lot of those news sources, they kind of lean center right.
Yeah.
Right? The Wall Street Journal has always been a credible news source, right, by most people's standards. Yeah. Also, Fox, it's exactly left leaning,
very clear,
right? So then, when you look at all of that and you see what he's saying, it's like, to me, I feel like there are a couple angles here, right? One of them is either Trump wrote this letter, right? Then this is a huge. That's crazy. This is crazy. Mm-hmm. And the second is, if the journal was lying, right, and like, or if they're telling the truth, why not just release the book or the letter then?
Yeah. Exactly.
Right.
Like they're claiming they have it, they've seen it.
They're saying some sort of source.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah. Even
When he says like I told Rupert, is it because they brought this story to Trump before they published it?
yeah.
They told him, they probably asked him for a quote. They probably asked him for references, and they're like, "This we're
And they
running
said
with
it
this."
was fake.
Yeah.
But even in the article, they say that they saw the letter, but they didn't put it out, right? If it was real, they should have just put it out. The way they described it was crazy.
Yeah. Maybe it's too like
Oh no.
too much nudity.
That's fine. That was crazy. Happy
Learn to
birthday
pick-
and may every day be another wonderful secret. That's
That's wild. That's wild.
Yes.
But like, you see how like everyone keeps seeing the same videos and the same pictures of Trump and Epstein being buddy buddy.
Yeah.
So it's hard to think that this wouldn't be going on, right? But then that's kind of up to the public perception a little bit. Like, the weird thing here is, if the Wall Street Journal has a source, right, and you can't name that source because that person saw the Justice Department's, whatever they have, and they just told the Wall Street Journal, then why would you run with the story?
Yeah.
You know you can't run with the story.
It's
Right?
just to get it out there. It's what he's saying then, right? He's suing them for defamation, right? So it's just to tarnish his reputation then.
I mean, and then even like what he's saying there, he's like, them and their second-rate newspaper. So what's the first-rate newspaper? If you don't trust the Journal, right? Like, what are you going to trust?
It's pretty
Like-
center.
No, I'm just saying, like, even from his point of view, right?
Yeah.
What, like, name me the news source.
Exactly.
What? Like, actually, right? Like, for me personally, at this point, like in my life, like, I'm always usually in the center, and there's this constant battle between right and left, right? And depending on, some people believe that, socialism is just whack, right? They forget that you need the fire department in certain things. Some people believe that capitalism is only trickle down economics that doesn't work, when in reality, it also creates major companies, and there is a path to success and upward mobility through capitalism. So there's this constant battle back and forth, right?
Yeah.
But if you're looking at just credible news sources, right? Like, which one on the right? Like, I don't know which one would he refer to that's then right?
I don't know. A lot of people trust the Journal, and it's one of the ones that I look to.
Yeah. Like, I would understand if he was going after CNN. I would understand if he was going after the New York Times. I would understand if he was going after the Washington Post.
Yeah.
I would understand. Those are left-leaning newspapers,
Yeah.
right? But if you're looking at something that's center right, and you're calling it kind of like a not credible news source,
Well, he's obviously gonna bash them because they're coming for him. That's the only reason, right? So
Yeah,
Look
but
what
if
they're
they
saying.
are center right, like why are they even coming for him? Like,
they
Well-
probably they think it's credible, right? Obviously.
yeah, I think you have an obligation if you're a news source. So the way that it works, I've heard people on Fox talk about it before. There's been rumors and reports and stuff. Like, whenever something's printed by one of these major news sources, everyone kind of runs with it. Like, nowadays you see it on social media, right? People, podcasters, us, whatever, you do your research, you see it, and you run with the stories, right?
Yeah.
These news sources do the same thing, right? So, like, if the Journal prints an article, everybody's going to run with it.
That's the thing. They
Right?
don't even look for sources. They just source they'll source the journal.
article.
Yeah.
Like, according to the Wall Street Journal, this happened. A bunch of newspapers put it.
And everyone does that.
Yeah.
Right?
Everybody
But it's also because who is going to have credible sources in government?
Yeah.
Only massive publications are going to have that, right? Like, a little podcast like ours can't have like a government source.
Yeah.
Right? Like, you can just do your research online and go off of that, right? You're not
Yeah.
going to have actual people who you can source, right?
Yeah.
But like, if you're looking at like even this entire thing with like ABC News, where they settled a $15 million defamation lawsuit, right?
Yeah.
With George Stephanopoulos.
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Because he was on the air and he was accusing Trump of the whole E. Jean Carroll stuff, right? Where
Yeah.
he said that Trump allegedly raped her.
Oh my god.
Right? When that was a civil case, he shouldn't have said that.
Okay.
And then Trump went after him.
Yeah.
Right? And then, but he got a settlement there.
Yeah.
Right? So then I think over here he's saying same sort of thing, right?
Yeah.
If this is something where he didn't actually write that letter, it's a pretty egregious claim then.
For sure. Yeah.
Right? For a sitting president, if you're going to look at it from the other side of it, if he didn't write it,
Yeah.
that's pretty messed up too.
Yeah.
Right? One of the biggest news sources in the country
Yeah.
are claiming that the sitting president wrote a letter to the biggest scandal that's currently going on.
Yeah.
So you would think that they didn't just say that, right? You'd
There's
think
just a huge frenzy around it now, though, just because he's not releasing these files.
Yeah.
Everybody wants a little piece of like news, but I don't see them making it up, right?
That's what I'm saying. If it was like he's just playing it down, right? Like, I mean, I think you guys don't understand the gravity of the Wall Street Journal, right? Like, it's a massive news
I
source. This isn't
understand
the Toronto
what you're
Star,
saying, but
right? Like,
think about news today. You
Yeah.
can't believe anything.
Yeah.
no, you can't. You can't.
Yeah.
Right. But why would somebody like Rupert Murdoch, like News Corp,
Yeah, for
risk
sure.
their entire credibility
whole
on a
image.
stupid leather? What is it? Some book that Ghislaine Maxwell put together,
Yeah.
and had some squiggly stuff in it, right? And like you were showing me some of the on Twitter, people are posting like he's saying he doesn't draw, and people are
Yeah.
posting all these
He
drawings.
was like, that's what he said in the tweet too. He's like, I never draw.
Yeah.
He has a bunch of doodles.
Yeah.
And he even had one of the Empire State Building that was auctioned off for like 16
Oh,
grand.
really?
Yeah.
And he signs them off in the same way. And there's a lot there, man. There's so much.
Yeah, either it's true or like somebody's about to lose their job.
I think there's either he knows that the Wall Street Journal can't reveal that source. This is just my personal
Yeah.
thought, right? Or he actually did something and the Wall Street Journal knows they can reveal the source. Either way, like how do you settle this in court?
Yeah.
Right? This is a weird one,
The
right?
amount of things, man. It's just, if you look at it objectively, there's so much now
Yeah.
that ties him to Epstein. There's so much.
And he keeps saying that it's this hoax that, like, you know, people are still running with. Like, it's a massive deal.
Yeah. You
Huge.
can't just keep calling it a
Yeah.
hoax.
He was running with it.
Yeah.
Like he's saying that was his platform.
Yeah.
And then you now just try to belittle it just because it comes out. And then, like,
Yeah.
you're going
He's
to
like, get over it. The guy's dead. Get over it. Just because someone dies doesn't mean you get over something.
There's too many questions.
what?
We're talking about Epstein.
Exactly.
Right? Like everything that's going on. We talked about it last week, right? There's no way that you just skim over this, right? And then to bury this thing, he thinks the best way to do it is to sue the Wall Street Journal.
Yeah.
But
And
that
now-
article is crazy.
They're saying to release the DOJ files now, but I don't think that's going to be good enough.
That's what I was saying to you too.
The grand jury.
Like, I don't even know if he's gonna release them. If they release them, it's gonna be a bunch of that redacted BS that
Yeah.
we've seen them do before.
Yeah.
And otherwise, something's gonna come out and be like, yeah, you can't release certain files because of X, Y, and Z, or like I was saying, because just Lane is
Nobody's
still
going to
in
be
prison or
happy
whatever.
with whatever they put out.
No.
There's too many questions and zero answers.
Yeah.
And a lot of this Epstein stuff happened while Trump was in office.
Exactly.
Right, he got arrested in 2019, right, and he keeps referring to Biden and he keeps referring to Obama,
Yeah.
right? How is this like
A
a
lot of it even happened around Mar-a-Lago, right?
yeah?
Yeah.
So he's very connected to the situation.
So connected.
The wild
That's why
thing
he's
is-
trying to bury it.
The wild thing which is weird to me, but it always happens, is like when Biden was in office, then the Dems were like far away from this thing, right? And now because it's a problem for Trump, everyone's publicized.
Yeah.
Everyone, right? They're taking this opportunity
Yeah.
because it's like a chink in the armor.
Yeah.
Right? They're like, yo, we can attack him here.
Yeah.
Right? So they're going after him,
Yeah.
right? Because other than that, this guy was like he didn't give them much yet
Yeah.
to like go after him, right?
Yeah.
This thing, I don't know how he's going to run away from this thing.
Well, they're not going to let
Wants
him.
to know.
Do you think they'll post the actual letter next?
It might be out there. I don't know. I didn't come across it.
I would
gets
think something like that would be in the files and the Justice Department has it and the Wall Street Journal can't publish it. If they have it, why would you run a story without it?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you? That's like
It's weird, right?
that would be like the biggest news piece of the last decade, man.
Yeah.
If it was an actual story, like you had a picture of the letter and
Yeah.
Trump drew it and his signature, and
The way they describe it.
yeah, he draws a naked girl and her tits.
Oh my God. Trump would still find a way to say that this is fake. It's not my writing.
Fake news.
Yeah.
That's how he's getting rid of fake news. He's suing every news source.
Yeah, yeah. There's that too, right? But yeah, should we move on to the Late Show?
Yeah.
So, Stephen Colbert's Late Show got canceled.
Yeah.
So there's a lot to get into here as well. So their Paramount company is so Paramount Global is a parent company of the Late Show, and they said that they're canceling the Late Show for financial reasons.
Yeah, that's what they're saying. But Trump did have a tweet too. He was saying that I absolutely love that Colbert got fired. His talent was even less than his ratings. I hear Jimmy Kimmel is next. Has even less talent than Colbert. Greg Gutfield is better than all of them combined, including the moron on NBC who ruined the once great Tonight Show. Well, he's talking about Fallon there, I think, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, and even the Writers Guild saying that Paramount should be investigated.
Yeah.
So immediately after being nominated for an Emmy, this guy's show got canceled. Right?
Yeah.
And now there's a lot of questions as to why.
So what's interesting here is that Paramount needs the Trump administration's approval for an $8.4 billion merger with Skydance. Right?
That's the thing, yeah.
And Skydance and Paramount already co-own certain franchises like Star Trek, Top Gun, Mission Impossible.
Yeah.
Right. So it's kind of like a no-brainer merger for them a little bit.
Yeah.
But what kind of throws a wrench in this entire thing is that another lawsuit that Trump recently settled with Paramount for $16 million. It was over that Kamala Harris 60 Minutes interview, right? Which everyone could see was edited heavily, right? But they chopped it up and it made it, he claimed that it impacted the election and gave the Democratic Party more favor over the Republicans. Okay. So he sued them over that, right? Which they didn't settle. And then because the idea is that they settled because they need the approval from the FCC for the $8.4 billion merger.
Yeah.
Right?
Makes sense.
So then Jon Stewart of The Daily Show and Stephen Colbert come out and they kind of criticize this.
Yeah.
After criticizing it, Stephen Colbert's show gets canceled.
Yeah. He even said on the episode before, he said it's a big fat bribe. He said that on air.
It's a long-running show, right?
Yeah, like 33 years.
The Colbert Show?
Yeah.
I don't know how long
there for a while.
Before him was David Letterman, right?
Yeah, I think so. The whole argument, a lot of people are arguing right now, saying that The Late Show had the highest ratings amongst like other late night talk shows right now.
My dad loved it. He always talks about Colbert all the time. Yeah.
I'm not really a massive fan of Colbert's.
Yeah.
Right. Like I think he's kind of a lot more to the left leaning side of things. Right. I even think Jimmy Kimmel's that way. Right. I actually think
most late night.
Yeah, they are.
All of late nights.
Fallon's more reasonable in my mind that I've seen him in recent memory. I don't know which way he is now.
Really pop culture though.
Yeah, he does more pop culture stuff. Right. Jimmy Kimmel just got weird after Trump got elected. Since 2016, Kimmel's been weird.
Yeah.
Right. And like it's like they don't even realize that there's the half of the country probably doesn't agree with you, right? So you're losing a massive audience when you used to be somebody who understood culture and what's going on, and then you're so far removed from it because you're just stuck in your own echo chamber.
Exactly.
You can't help yourself, right?
Yeah.
And then when you look at the rest of late night TV, like Bill Maher's show, right? I think Maher's like center. Right? Like I think he's more reasonable person than a lot of these guys. But regardless, if you're going to argue that night shows, like I think the ratings thing is just saying that the Colbert Show does ratings, right?
Yeah.
And when you look at it, not comparing it to other late night shows, when you compare it to what they used to be, the argument against it is that like their viewership is just as bad as it was back in 2015. It's like a decade ago, they're doing the same viewership, right?
Yeah.
That's because cable news is dying. Cable TV is dying. Yeah. Nobody watches cable. Right? Outside of like boomers, like anyone who's like 55, 60 plus.
Yeah.
Right? Like outside of that, nobody watches
cable.
CBS
claimed that is strictly due to financial implications.
Yeah.
They said ad revenue fell from $439 million in 2018 to $220 million last year. That's like cut in half.
Yeah.
And they said that the show overall is losing $40 million a year after production costs and salaries.
I don't think those numbers are fabricated.
I don't think they are, but they're using them as a crutch.
Like you guys remember before 2019, before the pandemic, these late night shows are still doing all right, even though cable TV was kind of dying. the pandemic happens, and for whatever reason, everybody else pivoted somewhat, right? Podcasts got popular.
For sure.
And these late night TV shows, you would assume that they'd be able to figure out how to do, like, we can do this. We can live stream this right now. If we want.
Yeah.
But they couldn't do this
Yeah.
in like homes or whatever, or figure it out in like
They were
like
kind of the
micro
original
studios.
podcast.
Yeah, so what they started doing, they like, I saw like Fallon would like do weird shit at his house.
They all
Like-
started
like-
doing it.
Yeah, they were like
a little
doing
bit.
like these streaming things and like playing stupid, like they weren't actually doing their show.
Yeah.
Which they could have easily done.
Yeah.
I think at that point they lost a massive audience. Podcasts come in, they fill that void.
Yeah.
And now talk shows are gone. Right? Like if you look at like, I don't know, shows like Flagrant, for example.
Yeah.
You can argue that's like a late night show.
Pretty much.
Right? Like that's pretty
the
much a
vibe
modern
to
day
it.
late night show.
Yeah.
It's I feel like with like talk shows, traditional talk shows, the production costs are way too high, right? So it's a lot easier to start up something like this, a podcast or any type of thing online, and it doesn't cost as much, not as much people to pay, right? So
And you know what I think? Like one of the big draws with the late night shows are like all these celebrity guests would come on to promote
Yeah.
their stuff, and you can't really see that anywhere else. But now, like they're going on podcasts.
they go on
Yeah.
podcasts.
So no one really cares to watch these late night shows.
No.
But the conversations on podcasts are better.
Yeah.
Yeah. They are better, and they're long form. They're not as structured, and you also get different types of podcasts, right? Some of them are kind of designed like these late night shows are.
Yeah,
And
yeah,
some
yeah.
of them are more news oriented.
Some of them are free flowing.
Yeah, some of them are free flowing.
Yeah.
Right. So like you get a lot of different takes from these people, and like people will go on different podcasts, right?
Yeah.
And to what like Indy said, production costs. Like if I think about it, like we went to Fallon, we didn't have to pay for it.
No.
It's just so the audience sits there for free.
Right.
Yeah.
You're just paying to be on a camera.
Right.
You're
Right.
paying everything to set up that production.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So how do you make money?
Well, ad revenue,
much.
right? No, you do make a lot of money, right?
Yeah.
It's just a lot of production costs does go into it.
Yeah.
Right. They make a lot more money, right? Like Jimmy Fallon, I don't know his contract now, but they signed like $20 million.
Yeah, it's like 15, 20. I think his was in the range of 15 to 20 mil.
Yeah. So it's not like
Compared to a podcast, I feel like look what
podcast-
Rogan does.
it's less overhead.
Yeah.
Right. It's less overhead versus like a late night show. Right. So then you end up there. But like even that conversation aside, right? Like I think like what I find ironic is when the left was in power, you saw a lot of people scared of freedom of speech,
Yeah.
right? In the States, right? Like they were like, it's, they're going to take away our rights and our freedom of speech and everything, right?
Yeah, yeah.
And then now the right is in power. What did it take like 6 months, 7 months, right? And it's kind of like, well, he even said it like Gutfeld's way better,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And he doesn't like, who do you say, Kimmel? He doesn't like Fallon, right? So clearly he doesn't like people who are on
Left wing.
the left, right?
Yeah.
Even what's ironic about that, Gutfeld's on Fox, right? You're suing Rupert Murdoch, right? Gutfeld works for the company that you're suing,
Yeah.
right? So like he tweets one thing in one tweet, and the
Are
second
we
tweet
surprised
kind
he
of contradicts
contradicts
it.
himself?
But yeah, I mean, even that, right? Like, so yes, the Stephanopoulos thing, I think you have a case there because somebody's accusing you of
Yeah.
right? And I think the same thing with the Wall Street Journal, you do have a case there because if that,
Defamation.
that letter,
Yeah.
like that's, it's gonna demolish his political
For
career
sure.
if that was
Yeah.
true, right? That's a massive scandal, right?
Yeah.
So yeah, you have to fight for your stuff there, right? But the 60 Minutes thing,
Yeah.
right? Like, who couldn't see that wasn't a little bit edited,
Yeah.
right? Like, so if it's edited and you could see that, do you sue them? Why are you suing them over
Well,
that?
clearly with this guy, it's always a ego trip thing, right? He wants to stick it to the Dems. He's always saying Obama, Biden, this,
Yeah,
that,
but
Kamala.
okay, but the thing is, like, the free press, right? Like, you have political figures that come into office, come into power, right? And people in the public and in the press, they critique these political figures,
Yeah.
right? The more you sue them for speaking out or doing certain things,
They'll stop.
the more they'll stop.
Yeah.
Right. So I can see the left wing attack on freedom of speech.
Yeah.
Right. Like it's a little like you could see it.
Yeah.
Right. Now, I'm not saying that you shouldn't be, that's for that 60 minutes interview that they weren't wrong.
Yeah.
I'm not saying that for, like I said, Stephanopoulos, right, or the WSJ thing. But even I think what was it with the WAPO guy? There's a journalist in Washington Post, Bob Woodward, I think was his name.
Yeah.
So he did a Trump interview, and then he released an audiobook.
Yeah.
Right. Trump sued him, right, for like 16 million because he said I should have been a co-author on the audiobook.
Oh my God.
Right. I think that one actually got dismissed, the case, right? The guy still owns the rights to the audiobook. But like, my thing is, it's just weird to see that, like, even if at this point in my life, right, like, you look at, like I said before, you don't idolize politicians,
Yeah.
right? You kind of like pick whichever side you feel like is going to do better for the country. You vote for that side and you hope they do well. When they do dumb things, you're like, that's stupid. Don't do that.
You would
right?
hope
And that's
so.
what you do.
Yeah.
Right. And you keep it moving. Right.
You would
And
hope that other people think that way.
right. So then when you are, even if like, I'm not a person who's necessarily a left supporter, right? Why would you want to mute those voices? They're important.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you have louder ones.
Yeah.
Right. Like, you don't win the battle by muting other people. You let them talk. That's what you let the court of public opinion figure these things out.
For sure.
Right. And he saw that when they tried to shut him down. All these podcasts came running to his defense, and people were talking about how it's unfair or whatever. Right. So he saw that side of things. Right. So, I mean, yeah, these news, all of those outlets, Jon Stewart, reasonable, yes, but he's left leaning, right?
Yeah.
And so is Colbert, obviously, even more than John, right? But like, if you look at that, like, that doesn't mean that you need to cancel him.
Yeah, Colbert's one of his biggest critics, right?
Mm-hmm.
So there's definitely a win for him. Why wouldn't he want this? It makes a lot of sense. It lines up with what's going on. But I don't think, you're limiting free speech if you just go around suing everybody, right? People should be allowed to say whatever they want.
Yeah, it's a thin line.
reason.
It's
Yeah.
a thin line,
Yeah.
right? But these guys do mess around too, man.
Yeah.
Like I said, like, you're accusing him of all this shit,
Yeah.
right? Like, what are you gonna do?
Yeah,
But yeah. Should we move on?
sure.
Mark Carney? So Carney has recently been getting backlash for saying tariffs would be a part of any trade deal. Here's a clip.
There is not a lot of evidence right now that agreements, negotiations with the Americans, for any country, for any jurisdiction, to get an agreement without tariffs.
Is a trade deal with the U.S. likely to include some level of tariffs? And if so, will Canada impose tariffs on the U.S. as well?
Well, we'll see what the final agreement is. If there is an agreement, we're working towards an agreement in a constructive manner. And obviously, it's an agreement. There are both sides, and things will be structured accordingly. The U.S. trade deals with other countries, and also the case when the U.S. doesn't have a trade deal with other countries, are going to involve very high tariffs. And one of the consequences of those very high tariffs is it pushes product, steel in this case, and their derivatives, into a Canadian market that has historically been quite open.
But is Canada willing to impose tariffs? Is that something on the table?
Well, Canada has imposed tariffs.
What more?
Well, all that we'll see. I mean, look, it's a negotiation. We believe in we believe in free trade. We believe that the best arrangements would be low tariffs. That's good for the U.S. It's good for Canada. Now, the U.S. has different priorities and has had different emphasis, and we have to adjust to that.
Yeah. So there's that.
Yeah, what'd you hear there? I just heard him saying, we'll do whatever Trump tells us to.
I mean, it's clear that
Elbows down.
it's clear that the U.S. has more leverage, right? We've said that a couple of times, right? It's things that everyone knew going into the elections, right? But the thing that annoys me, right, is that if you look at the U.S. as an example, right, they're disillusioned with their president currently. Some of their population is, right? So what do? They're speaking out, right?
Yeah.
Why? Because they voted for somebody who was going to end wars. They voted for somebody who was going to be transparent. And now all this stuff's happening with Epstein, right? So he's doing the opposite. So then you have people who are highly critical of him, right? From podcasters to anybody really, right? Like I can name names,
all over
Candace
Twitter,
Owens,
even
Andrew Schultz,
random people.
Joe Rogan, like they call him out, right? Even if you look at Rogan, right? He's had Bernie Sanders on, then he's had Trump on, then he's had Bernie Sanders back on. And Bernie Sanders is extreme left, Trump is extreme right? Like he has them all on. He talks to all of them. It seems like he understands. Then he comes to an understanding. He'll be critical of all of them.
Yeah.
But for whatever reason in Canada, people on the left never want to criticize whoever's in power.
That's the thing. Objectivity, right? It's lacking.
Like, right? Like, did I vote for Carney to win? No.
Yeah.
Do I want him to fail? No.
No.
Why would I want him to fail?
Yeah.
Right? Like, it would be stupid.
Yeah.
Right? But like, there are some things that he's doing that I agree with, some of his policies somewhat, right? Like strengthening the military.
Yeah.
Right? Like, that makes sense.
Yeah.
Right? Who wouldn't want the military to be strong? Should it be exclusively done through Europe?
Yeah.
Why not? Right?
I don't like that part about it.
And then lifting the interprovincial trade barriers, right?
Yeah.
That was something that Poilievre was going to do as well.
Yeah.
Right. So if he's doing that, like, there's also people saying he's not doing enough, right? Like, it's like, guys, take the W's where you can get them, right?
Yeah.
He's basically adopting some of the conservative policies, right?
Sure.
So you could say that he's doing those things well, right? But then there are things that, you know, I would disagree with him on, right? The whole, his whole build Canada homes plan or whatever, that bureaucratic BS, whatever the hell that is, building these rental properties.
That's going to happen too.
Right. And then he's keeps spending. At some point, you're going to have to raise taxes.
Where's the budget?
Yeah. Where is it? Right. Like the fiscal, like we don't know what's happening in this country fiscally right now. Right. You're going to, when it comes out, it's going to be kind of wild.
Yeah. But what's lacking on Canadians, like you said, is nobody calls our politicians out, right? They're doing it all over the place in the States because this guy has completely flipped his stance on this tariff issue.
Yeah.
He's caving to their demands and he's doing what they want. So then nobody's going to call him out on it?
That I feel like... so he runs his campaign. His biggest campaign promise is that he's going to negotiate a trade deal.
The foundation of it.
Right?
Yeah.
And that was the biggest part of the entire election, right?
Yeah.
And then he tells you, I can't do that, right? And there's amongst the left in Canada, there's not even a little bit of an uproar. Like, hey, hold on, wait, guys. Like, yo, you said trade deal, and now you're saying tariffs.
Yeah,
right. Nobody cares. There's like,
he's like, we believe in free trade. Who the hell doesn't believe in free trade?
Right? And like, who didn't like during the elections to hijack the election and turn it into a trade war election, then not be able to deliver a trade deal? It's pretty big.
Yeah.
Right? Like if I did vote for him, right? Right away I would have been like, what the hell is this shit? Like I didn't vote for this.
Exactly.
Right?
Do you think it's the way that he says things? Like he's just confusing people? So people are like he's probably doing the right thing?
Yes, he sounds circles.
Sure. He's bloviating. He never really says anything. Right? He just says words. Right?
We'll see.
Even in that clip, I think he said there was a word he said over and over and over.
Yeah. I mean, like to me, it's frustrating to watch people that don't get annoyed with what he's doing, right? Because then how do you hold these people accountable?
There is no accountability.
There is no accountability.
We've had liberals in power for 16 years now?
Yeah.
There is no accountability here.
I mean, I think that there's sensible people, right? Like, I'm not talking about people who are extreme left or extreme right? Most of us are somewhere in the middle.
Yeah.
Right? Like I said before, that constant battle between capitalism, socialism, what makes the West such a great place to live is free market mixed economies, right?
Yeah.
Like you have a little bit, social programs, you have some policing, fire departments, free education, right? You can have conversations of how much of that you need, how much you don't, right? You should also be incentivizing businesses, building crazy, infrastructure and making your country grow, right? Economically, right? For the kids of tomorrow, making it a place where they can, develop companies like Shopify. Like, why don't we have a Meta here? Why don't we have an Apple here? Right? Yeah. Because of the incentive structures. Like, why can't Canada? You have the neighbor to the south who's built such a powerhouse, right? Take a little bit of a page out of their book.
Giving you the playbook.
Yeah, take a little bit, take a couple pages out, right? And it's fine if you're going to go back and forth, right? Most people are in the center, right? But whenever any politician, these guys aren't gods, man.
Yeah.
And it's not a team, right? Like, I think people treat them like teams, right?
Yeah.
If you're rooting for a team, like the Toronto Maple Leafs, Toronto Raptors, right? If that's your squad, you can't betray the squad.
Yeah.
Like, that's your team. You grew up in that city. You watch them all the time. This isn't a team.
Yeah.
Like, if the guy's not performing, you don't continue to support him. You have to criticize him.
For sure.
Otherwise, he's never going to do his job.
And he's never going to change anything if you don't give him any reason to.
Right.
No pushback anywhere.
But are you guys saying nobody's criticizing him?
No, from what I see, like if you look at any of the major news outlets, right, in Canada, all they do whenever this happens, and you guys know me by now, one of my biggest pet peeves is justifying anything. Like, just say I messed up, or like I'll even try to do it. And when I catch myself justifying something, I'm like, shouldn't have, like, I was late for this reason or whatever. I was just late. I'm sorry, right? But like they'll just be like, Trump's being ridiculous again, right, with the tariffs. Like, this is something we all knew.
You said you were going to be tough on him and you were going to get a deal done. And now you're like, it's going to have tariffs.
So even if you look at it from both sides, right? If you knew that there was going to have tariffs always, then you misled the public.
Exactly.
Right? If you thought you could get a deal done and you couldn't, then apologize to the public.
Yeah.
Right? Or let the public, we should be smart enough to be like, hey guys, he's not delivering. What the hell's going on?
Exactly.
Right? And some of us are. Other people will be like, no, you have to diversify trade with Europe. And even that, like, I think gets a little bit lost on people, right? What don't you, like, you think that it's not possible that there could be a right-wing prime minister in England?
Anywhere.
You think it can't happen?
Mm-hmm.
Right. Like, so imagine if you now just solely depend on let's just, for argument's sake, you solely depend on Europe.
Yeah.
And there's all right wing people elected there, and you're somebody who favors the left.
Yeah.
And they're like, we're gonna tariff Canada.
Yeah.
You're in the same position, right? Like, what do you have to do? You have to build here. You have to diversify somewhat. You have to realize that the U.S. is going to be your largest trading partner. You also have to realize that Donald Trump's not going to be president forever, right? There's also going to be a right-wing prime minister someday in Canada. There's also going to be a left-wing president again in the U.S., and it goes back and forth, right? So to be like, no, we're not doing that, right? It's kind of dumb, right? Like, at the same time, everyone keeps talking about these Chinese EVs. Even in the States, they're talking about them because the cars are so amazing and they're cheap.
Yeah.
Right? So, like, but do you want to, have a crazy trading relationship with a dictator? I don't know, right? Like, I think you want to take bits and pieces a little bit, right? And build, right? So somebody can't bully you into these trade deals. And I think that develops through decades. It doesn't happen overnight. It's not going to happen while Carney's prime minister.
You can diversify as much as you want. The one thing's for certain, your largest trading partner is right next door. It's always going to be the USA. And they're making, what, $50 billion off these tariffs?
There's that.
Yeah.
Why would they stop?
Yeah.
And if you tell them, okay, we're just going to cave, we're just going to take the tariff, whatever it is, we'll retaliate.
Mm-hmm.
They don't really care if you're retaliating because they're making more money.
That $50 billion you're talking about, in Q2, they made $50 billion off of tariffs. China made 1.2%.
Yeah.
The comparison, it's not just Canada, right? The US is the largest consumer base on the planet. They have the most money.
Yeah.
Everyone ships products to them.
Exactly.
From all over the place.
Yeah.
They have all the leverage.
Yeah.
And that's just the world we live in.
Yeah.
Right? So if he wants to be a protectionist president, it's going to make things a little bit difficult, right?
Yeah.
But at the same time, who knows? If prices go up for Americans, will they get annoyed? Probably.
When it gets passed down.
When other countries get annoyed enough, what do? Right? Like, I don't know. At this point, so if Carney's saying that this entire thing is going to involve some sort of tariff, so we're not going to get a free trade deal.
Yeah. But he just threw that word in there, so that's why I think he's trying to confuse the public.
What do you mean?
He said
he
we
believes
want
in
free trade, but like
he said he believes in it. There's nobody who doesn't believe in free trade.
Well, Donald Trump doesn't.
Blindly support parties, so that's how he gets them.
Yeah.
That's what it is.
That's the unfortunate part, right? Objectivity is lacking.
Like, I'm not a fan of his because I can't.
People that blindly support.
We do.
Yeah.
I know family and friends that won't talk to people if they're on the other side of the political spectrum. Like I'm not gonna name their
crazy.
names, but I know people.
I have no problem talking to anybody on it.
I don't either. Why? Because I can understand perspective, right? Like if to one person, depending on where you are in life, right, you lowering taxes is important to you,
For sure.
and you look at the state of the country and you think it should be a certain way. I can understand why you think that way, right? I could disagree with it, but I can understand where you're coming from. From another side, I could see why somebody wants social welfare programs and what they want out of the country. I could be like, okay, I get where you're coming from. I'm not going to be like, you're an idiot.
Yeah.
Right? Like, no, you have your own opinions. That's your choice.
Or you
right?
can think it quietly.
Yeah, you could. You can think it, but you don't need to hate the person, right? That's what when this discourse happens, a lot of times people understand, like, okay, man, there's a little bit back and forth, right? And that's just how the country is run, right? But like, you have to hold these guys accountable, right? And especially the common sense people, man, that are right in the middle, right? Like you even see it in New York with the Mamdani guy, right? Like that guy,
the communist, Trump calls him a communist.
He calls him a communist, right? I mean, he has some socialist policies. The weird thing about that guy is the things that he says.
Yeah,
I think half of those things are state issues anyways. So I don't even know if he can get those things done. I don't know enough about New York City politics to speak too much on it, but like it's a weird thing. So this guy wins a Democratic primary against Andrew Cuomo. Andrew Cuomo doesn't drop out. He says he's running as an independent. Right? And you had Eric Adams.
That's so stupid. They're going to split the vote.
Right? Then you had Eric Adams, who was a Democrat. He started running as an independent from beforehand because he probably knew he wasn't going to get elected. And a Republican is not going to win in New York City. Right? So, and people are like, oh, what if Mamdani wins? Right?
When's the last time that happened?
What?
Somebody runs as a Republican, Democrat, and independent. Like
that happens.
That happens?
Oh, like you're saying the same guy? No. I don't know when that has happened. That's pretty wild. But like to me, I feel like even if you look at that, right, like you can make fun of him if you disagree with his policies, right? But he's the message is resonating with people, right? Why?
Clearly.
Because there's a high cost of living in New York, right? And he's talking about rent freezes. He's talking about what he's talking about is resonating with people, and he's anti-Trump, right? I could see where he's coming from. I could see why.
Tuition too, right? Lowering,
Yeah. So then if you look at him, right, you're like, okay, he's talking about something. He's not just caving to certain things. He's standing up to Trump, right? So with the population that's disillusioned with their president, I could see why you would then go towards this guy. Right. And I'm not even a person that agrees with Mamdani's approach necessarily. Right? Not at all, really. Right. Like he's a little bit more on the socialism side. Right. But do I respect where he's coming from? Can I understand why people would vote for him? Yeah, I'm not stupid. Right? Like, I don't know. To me, there's probably people that voted for Trump and would end up voting for this guy.
Yeah.
Right? That's just because you see something, you're like, oh, no, that's not working for me.
That would help me in my life.
Yeah. But in Canada, we're just like, we're not going to do that. We're not going to do that, guys. It's like they're so scared if you criticize the left-wing guy that he won't get elected next time. Then. Is your life going to end if he doesn't get elected? Like, since Mark Carney became prime minister, what's changed? Nothing.
Not much changes in Canada anyway, policy-wise.
You would hope it does.
You want it to, but it never really happens.
We'll see. But let's move on to the UK. They're planning to move their voting age to 16. So if you could pull up this graphic. So the British government plans to lower the voting age to 16. That would be the most significant change to the electorate since 1969. In 1969, the voting age was reduced from 21 to 18. Should other countries do the same?
I think it was better at 21, man.
Just getting lower and lower.
16's way too low.
16's crazy.
Yeah.
Right. And I saw like a couple of these articles and a bunch of these kids were talking about it. They're like, no, we're so involved. We know about, and one of the biggest arguments was that voter turnout is low.
I was going to say that. That's probably the reason they're doing that. And they'll get these kids that are all excited, like, oh, I can vote. I remember not the first time I voted, I was pretty excited too.
Yeah.
But
you can't drink, but you can vote.
Yeah, it's like when you're 16, you can't get married, you can't drink, you can't even stand in public office, but you can elect a person into it.
Those are a couple of things. You don't pay taxes, you don't work full time, you don't pay mortgages, you don't pay rent. Your parents take care of all that shit. What the hell are you voting for?
No, but one of the arguments was that 16, 17-year-olds do work. And
Part-time.
Yeah, but they do get taxed.
Okay,
so they
but
should
not in the-
have some
Listen,
Not in
say.
the traditional sense. If it's getting cut out of your paycheck at McDonald's, that's not the same
if
thing.
you have a summer job and you made $10,000 and you're going to compare that to somebody who makes 150 grand,
It's not comparing. It's just that that's the most amount of money they're making at this point in their life, and some of it is getting taxed. So they should have some say in where that money is being spent.
I disagree with that notion completely because they don't have any understanding of, they might think so, but they're so easily propagandized because they don't have an emotional understanding of politics and the way the civil system works. They only understand whatever's taught to them in the school, right?
Yeah.
That's it. Right. They don't have any life experience. They don't understand that, like, you know, people are going to try to push certain narratives, what to listen to, what not to listen to. They haven't even developed their political ideology yet. Right. Because even your prefrontal cortex isn't fully developed until you're 25.
16-year-old and an 18-year-old so different.
Yeah, that's what
No, they're not. I actually agree with India. I think the age should be 21 to vote. I don't even think it should be 18.
I'm thinking myself at 16. I was a dumbass. I shouldn't have been voting, man.
I wouldn't have voted. Even if you gave me the option, I wouldn't have voted.
Yeah, I wouldn't have done it.
But like, to me, it seems like they, for somebody who's 16, right?
Yeah.
How much do they actually use these systems? Like, if you're saying that they pay taxes, right? If somebody raises a marginal tax rate or a tax bracket, right? You think somebody who makes 10 grand on a part-time job it's going to affect them? It's not. What's going to happen? Their parents are going to pay the mortgage and the rent, and their parents are going to tell them which way to vote, and that's the way that they're going to vote.
Yeah.
Right? And younger voters typically end up voting left.
Yeah, you're
right?
gonna go tinfoil hat with it, right? What?
I don't even think that's tinfoil hat.
No. I'm saying if you do, right?
Yeah.
If I want to go there,
yeah.
It's UK we're talking about, right? 16-year-olds, younger people vote left. They're just expanding their voter base.
That is what it is. That is what it is, and it's easier. I feel like I don't think it's bad for younger people to be well informed in politics.
Yeah.
Right. But they don't understand that their emotional and cognitive maturity, for lack of better words, like, it's not there yet.
You're so easy
when you're looking at these issues. It's not there.
Yeah.
Right. You should be able to, like, we talk about things all the time, right? And like, it's not we always stay on this side or always on this side. You see the rights and wrongs between both. You'll see these young kids, like, screw 16 on college campuses, really arguing. We were talking about feminism last week, right? They're arguing about kids. None of them have kids.
Yeah.
What are you arguing about?
Yeah.
Like, why are you dying so hard? Like, that's the hill you want to die on. Like, you don't even know what the hell you're fighting for.
Exactly.
You're just fighting for it for absolutely no reason.
Yeah.
It's crazy.
Yeah.
But to be fair, like, a lot of these like pro-life protesters don't even have kids.
Yeah.
They're just like
it's just a cause,
want
right?
to protest something. Yeah.
to do.
Yeah.
Where is protesting so popular? It's in college, right? Or university. It's because they just get behind this cause and blindly they're just going for it. It's so easy to manipulate a kid, a 16-year-old. You can just, the right TikTok's gonna be like, oh, I should vote for this guy.
And they'll do it.
Yeah. Depending on like what like weird echo chamber you're stuck in and whatever is being pushed to your algorithm. But it's also like you develop your political views because of your lived life experience, right?
Yeah.
What happens to you, what you see, right? Even with these Epstein files, people change their mind, right? People go one direction, the other direction, depending on what candidate it is, right?
Yeah.
Even in Canada, right? Like, who was before Pierre Poilievre? You had Aaron O'Toole. Like, I didn't see that many strong candidates on the right. I'm not saying that Trudeau was a strong candidate.
Yeah.
But ever since Harper left, right, you haven't really seen it until Poilievre, right?
Yeah.
So like, I wasn't like really speaking up for the right.
Yeah.
Or trying to convince my family personally, being like, hey guys, go vote for, because there wasn't that much to vote for then.
Yeah.
Right now there was. So then the voice shifted, right? They're not going to see that. They just want to hate. Right. And there's some adults that just want to hate.
Yeah.
Right. Like, if you're on the other side, you're some stupid whack job. That's just how they think. Right. And everyone's guilty of it. The right's guilty of it. The left's guilty of it. And there's nuances that a 16-year-old is not going to understand. They're not.
Sure.
They're not. I was 16. You don't understand that. You just ride for whatever everyone's riding with.
You think you know everything, but
There's
you don't know
something I don't
shit.
understand now. Let's be real when we talk about politics.
Yeah.
But yeah, 16-year-olds, I don't think they deserve to vote. We're just going to say that out loud here. I think we should raise the age to 21. Yeah, I think that's it for the main topics. Let's move on to sports.
Yeah. In sports, first we got Jon Jones. He seems like he's on retiring. He entered back into the USADA testing pool, and he's obviously staying ready.
Yeah.
We have a clip of him at the airport.
So they've announced this White House UFC fight. What do you think about that?
I think it's exciting. Very exciting.
Can we expect to see you on the card?
Yeah, I can't promise anyone anything, but I have very strong feeling that I'll be on that card.
Who would you take on? Who would be your dream opponent?
I would want to take on whoever's holding the belt at the year.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Any possible names you think?
But no, I mean, as of right now, the champion is Tom Aspinall, but we'll see who's the champion at the end of the year. I feel like it'd be only fitting to have an American guy fight for the championship that night. I'd be willing to put it all on the line.
Nice.
We were right.
He said he's open to fighting whoever's the champ at that time. My only thing is, like, if it's not Aspinall, then it's going to get annoying again. They're going to be like, he dodged him or whatever.
Yeah, but it's also the fight's supposed to be at the, what did he say? It's not at the end of the year. It's July the 4th next year, no?
Yeah, but he said whoever's the reigning champ at the end of this year, because probably need like a couple months to prep for the fight.
I mean, if Jon Jones isn't fighting in that meantime, he's not training, and he kind of falls a little bit out of the public eye, is it even a fight that everyone's excited for?
Yeah.
I would think so, yes. Right? And if somebody's good enough to beat Aspinall, then Jones should fight that guy. I don't see it now.
Yeah.
I don't even know who Aspinall is going to fight now. Any fight that Aspinall is going to have is just going to be like, that's not Jon Jones.
Exactly.
That's all people are going to think.
Yeah.
Especially since he said that.
Even if he keeps winning.
I saw Dana White go on Nelk, and he was talking about, he was like, he's like, Jon Jones would be fighting on that card.
Yeah.
And if he said if it was to happen today, yeah, it would be
Even
Aspinall.
that's how he said it. He's like, I have a strong feeling I'm going to be fighting on that card. It's like he kind of already knows.
Well, if you were trying to put the craziest UFC card, not in history, but like with the current roster,
what you have,
right?
Has to be on.
How is Jon Jones versus Aspinall not on that?
It's got to be the main event.
And if you're gonna have Conor McGregor as the co-main event, or like right before the main event,
that card could get crazy.
Who else would you put on? Yeah, that could be a nasty card, man. Depending Topuria, whoever's doing well, I don't know.
If you just go with the biggest names, like
if you win
like 3 or 4 championship belts on the line. Something like that.
I don't think they could do that, because then they would pretty much
kill them for the year.
Their next like 4 or 5 fight cards, right? But yeah, I mean, hopefully this thing happens, because watching Jon Jones fight Aspinall would be one of the biggest fights in UFC history. I think there's going to be way too much hype behind it at that point.
Yeah.
Right?
And now it's brewing.
And remember right now with Drake going to London, there's this whole UK versus US rappers thing going on, right?
Okay.
Because Drake made this incredibly ridiculous declaration during one of his shows that UK rappers are the best rappers in the whole world.
Really?
Like, let's be for real, Drake.
To do like a US show and a UK show, and he chose to do the UK one. He was asked to do
Rolling Loud?
Rolling Loud, yeah.
Yeah, they offered him 3 nights straight.
That makes sense.
Yeah. I mean, right now, that would probably...
Yeah, why would you want to go to the States?
I mean, I've seen Ari Spears making fun of the UK rappers.
Yeah.
It's so funny.
Yeah, it is funny. But then, like...
good, like, imitator.
Yeah, Skepta, I think, and a couple of these other guys, they, like, hit back with, like, you know, I don't know, they had some sort of criticism. Joyner Lucas jumped in, he said something, and they were criticizing him.
And look what happened to top 5.
Well, top 5... Like, you don't go into any city and make fun of the locals, right?
Yeah.
And act like anyone could be touched.
With zero security.
Yeah, it's crazy. There's crazy people in every city. Yeah. There's people who are about that life in every city, in every country. It doesn't matter where you are, right? And you can't let a UK accent make you think that they're harmless, right? Like, there's goons in every city, right? Like, you can't do that. It's crazy to think that.
With that.
It sounds so proper.
But what I was thinking was that if you're gonna have Aspinall on the card, you could have Paddy on the card against somebody, and now you can turn it in a little bit into a US UK thing.
Yeah.
We'll see.
Let's move on.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, so another story from Donald Trump. He's gonna
Can't get enough.
He's gonna sign an executive order to limit NIL money, limiting the earning potential of college athletes. So, yeah, he's gonna kind of put a salary cap, if you will, on the amount that can be paid to the college athletes. So it's supposed to be to allow like higher level colleges to retain the quality talent, the big names, and not have them just chasing money elsewhere, like go to some whatever college because they paid them $5 million.
I could see that's the assumption that normal people like us would make, right? But what was his reasoning for it? Did he say anything specific?
That was the reasoning. Like,
so he's saying so higher level colleges can retain quality talent.
Yeah.
So you're going to take money out of the players' pockets.
Yeah.
So that's wild.
The
right?
thing is, like, you're removing their choice then, kind of, right?
Yeah.
To go out and get more money elsewhere.
Yeah.
And a lot of these players don't end up making it into the league. And these NIL deals finally made it so they can make some real money.
This is where a little bit I don't get Trump, right? Like he had this argument with Harvard, right? Where he's trying to take away their endowment, right? And then when it comes to NIL deals, you're like, no, these kids don't deserve to get paid,
exactly,
right? And this money should go to the schools.
Yeah.
So, like, it's not like these schools are broke, right?
Yeah.
These schools make money off of these players,
Yeah.
right? They market these players, they sell tickets, they sell merchandise, they make a lot of money,
Yeah.
right? They have private jets, they have massive locker rooms. It's not like we're talking about broke schools here, right? And these kids, for the first time in a long, like ever, had these NIL deals, right?
Yeah.
They were talking about them for a decade before they actually happened. How the college athlete was getting, taken advantage of, right?
Yeah.
So then now for this guy to even say this shit, at some point, I'm like, this lawsuit with the WSJ, right? With like what we had like 3-4 stories. Like Trump's name is mentioned everywhere. Is this guy's like, how are we gonna make him forget about Epstein? Let's just throw a bunch of shit out there and see what sticks. And hopefully people stop talking about this Epstein guy because this is crazy.
It's just doing a bunch of shit. Yeah.
Forget about it.
Forget about it, man. I'll do crazier shit.
For me, it's pretty simple. It seems like a bunch of boosters, a bunch of people got mad about these NIL deals, and then he comes out with something like this. And the college athletes, like, they don't have a union or anything to fight it. If it's an executive order, they have no choice.
When has a president even done something remotely close to this?
Involved in this?
Why are you getting involved in college sports and how much college athletes get paid?
He wants to be involved in everything.
In everything, right?
It's kind
I don't even know how he has the time. Like,
I don't know.
He has the time to make 1 million tweets a day.
yeah.
Those tweets are crazy. I don't even think he tweets half of them himself.
Yeah.
Probably just says it and then somebody puts it in a sentence and tweets it. Yeah.
This whole Epstein thing, I feel like, has spun this guy in a circle because he likes to think that the public is on his side.
Yeah.
Or most of the population
That
is
matters
on his
to
side.
public opinion.
And now I think it's completely flipped.
Yeah.
Like, if I had to guess, I don't even think it's 50-50. I don't even know if it's 60-40. I think it's gone completely the other way. People are like, what the hell is this guy doing? Yeah. And this is month, 6, 7?
Yeah.
Right?
He's going to bring that back by taking money from college kids.
And there's still people out here saying that, like, oh, the Dems would never win another election. I'm like, in my mind, but I think the next election they're going to win, man.
They thought they were going to knock off like 5 in a row.
Yeah, I think it's going right back in the other direction. The only problem that they have is that they need to put somebody in the seat who hasn't been there and criticized for a little bit.
Yeah.
Right? Because if it's somebody old, everyone's talked shit about him already. Right?
Face,
so a fresh face. And this thing's going right back the other way.
Probably.
Who knows? And then you might get a trade deal.
Yeah. I guess we'll move on. We'll stick to the sports. The NBA had a couple of new signings, I guess. Or what's the saying? New faces in old places?
That is the saying.
Okay. So Dame's back in Portland.
Yeah.
He agreed to a 3-year, $42 million deal, but he's still getting paid by Milwaukee. Obviously, huge. Like that experiment didn't really work out for Milwaukee at all, right? On paper, it made some sense.
Did Portland pick up Drew Holiday too?
Yeah, as it stands, they have him.
So that's crazy.
Yeah,
they trade for Dame.
Yeah,
right. And now you get Drew and Dame back on the team, plus everything they traded away for Dame.
I do not blame Giannis if he leaves this team. It's horribly managed.
Bro.
Yeah.
I don't even know why Giannis is on that team at this point.
I don't know.
Like, I'd be demanding a trade right away. You're going to waste the rest of your years there.
Yeah.
But Giannis is a loyal guy, man, in the way that he thinks.
That's the thing, right? Like Beal, did you see when he left?
Yeah.
So he gave like a peace out emoji or something like that. He Instagram, wherever he tweeted it. And a bunch of players were just like making light of it.
Yeah.
And even KD was saying something about like it felt like the whole situation on the Suns was pretty toxic.
Mm-hmm.
And they were just making fun of it. And I was just like, you're saying Giannis is loyal and Dame goes back to Portland. He had a hard time leaving there, right? And then I
should have never left.
Yeah, these days I feel like loyalty is not really there for these players. They don't really care about the city that much. It's about the money and it's about their comfortability, what's best for their life.
I don't even think it's just the city, man. I feel like it's a couple of things, right? Like it's turned into such a business, right? There's massive contracts, yes.
Yeah.
But because there's so much parity in the league, a simple signing or trade could shift the power and the balance in the league, right? And it could tip the scales and you can win a championship, right?
Yeah.
But like, I don't know, loyalty does exist somewhat. Like Giannis in Milwaukee, he's still there for whatever reason, right? Did you see him in Greece with Speed?
Yeah.
Right? Like there's a major difference between the way that I think I saw Speed. I'm not saying Kevin Durant's a bad dude or anything, but I remember seeing Speed the first time he talked to Kevin Durant. Kevin Durant was like, oh, who is this kid, right? And then he's like, I have this many followers.
You see this guy though?
Right?
He's like the Speed kid. He's like beating all these guys in races. I saw him lifting a car with two people in it. I'm like, what the hell is this guy doing playing video games? He should be in one of these leagues.
Yeah. But yeah, Giannis was like, to him, like the way that Giannis treated him was completely different.
Yeah.
I feel like he was kind of like, yo, you're a big deal.
Yeah.
He asked
Like
him.
he was respectful.
Yeah, very respectful.
But Giannis seems like a good guy.
Yeah.
I don't know him.
Giannis seems like he's like a pretty down to earth kind of dude.
He's the only guy I
came
can
up
think
hard.
of
Yeah.
who's not jumping around teams.
Yeah.
Everyone
And I
else
think
is-
he should leave, man. If I'm being honest,
Go
I would
win a
like to see
ring.
him on Golden State. That's where
that
would
would be good.
Yeah.
Should we move on? Our last story here is Fauja Singh. I think we have a picture of him. So that's him. He's the world's oldest marathoner, and he died at the age of 114 years old. It wasn't natural causes or anything. Unfortunate situation. It was a hit and run.
Yeah.
The person driving was Canadian, and he's in police custody.
But it happened in India.
It happened in India. Yeah, it happened here. He was the oldest person to run a marathon in Toronto at 100 years old in 2011.
That's wild.
So crazy.
Most people don't even make it to 100 years old, right?
Yeah.
It's so wild that he's so old and like that's how he passed away.
Right?
Sad.
It's crazy. Even he
like what a way to go, right?
he didn't even pick up running till he was like 80,
80s.
Yeah.
89 or something like that.
Mm-hmm.
It was after his like son and wife both passed away.
Yeah.
To like deal with that grief, he started running.
He didn't even start walking till he was 5. And it was only because like he has a children's book about him.
Oh, okay.
So his mom used to like do his hair and just tell him like you could just try a little bit. So he used to like try flying a kite. Then he would just try to take little steps. Then he started running. But like you were saying, at the grief, I think his son actually lives in the UK. That's why he went there. Maybe it was a different son.
Possibly. That's what I read.
So he went there to live with him because he was like pretty old and he got bored.
Yeah.
And he saw people
Started
running. He didn't know any English,
Wow.
but he just started doing races with them. And then he loved it.
That's crazy.
Yeah. To pick up something so late in life and then to be so good at it because he was making good times too in those races.
Yeah.
pretty
Not only that, it's hard to run a marathon even when you're younger, right? At that age, with those knees and everything, you could take away the picture, by the way. But with those knees and everything, like I feel like it's the.
There's a marathon he ran. I think it was New York, where by the end of it, he was collapsing, and like the chafing and everything was just getting to him, and then. I don't know if he collapsed right before the end or right after it, but even then he didn't want paramedics to help him. Yeah, just like I don't know, it's like it's a cool story.
It's definitely whoever makes it to 114 years old, and doesn't die of natural causes, is wild.
No, it's cool. It's cool that he's like obviously a sick part of our community, right? It's really cool.
I mean, the only person I know is my grandmother, our grandmother, right? Like she passed away right before her 105th birthday. Yeah. Right, when she was 104 years old, right? And we thought that was crazy. That's pretty impressive, right? But like somebody who's starts running marathons at 80 passes away.
The saddest part is
wild.
It wasn't even like natural causes, right? I even saw a clip of him before it happened, just walking around. Just walking around. He looked healthy for 114. He's walking.
I mean, I feel like it does a little bit put you in check, right? Like you have to be like, all these excuses of like, oh, weak knees, you can't run in your 40s or 50s or 60s, right?
Like,
there's a bunch of 60-year-olds, 65-year-olds that are in shape.
100-year-olds.
Right? And there's 80, there's people that start running marathons at 80, right? Yeah. We have all these excuses, man.
Should we all start training?
But yeah, I think that's it for sports. Let's move on to off topic.
So for our first story, you guys know about the rivalry between Angel Reese and Caitlin Clark, right?
Yeah.
So it's a lot. It's media fueled as well.
Right.
So a lot of people in the media are getting involved, specifically RG3 recently. So he claimed that people in Reese's circle have told him that the beef was racially motivated. A lot of people saying it's racially motivated, but it could just be like rivalry, right? In sports athletes and stuff. But but when he said this, he tweeted a pic of, so someone remade her 2K cover into something very racist.
Okay.
So he wasn't condoning racism, but he reposted the pic, the picture of it. So it was a weird way that he did that.
Yeah.
So this was the tweet that he talked about it, where he said that the racism is bad. It should not exist. No one should have made that picture of her. But then why post the picture?
Yeah.
Just like circulating.
That's weird.
People in Angel Reese's inner circle called me and told me I was right. And Angel Reese has grown.
Yeah, so he's a big hater too on Angel Reese for I don't think any reason.
Yeah.
But when he did repost that picture, Shaq had a couple of things to say. I'll just play that video.
Oh, speaking of man, RG3, tweet another monkey post about my girl Angel Reese. I'm punching your face. Okay? It's enough. Like, I don't usually do stuff like this, but just stop it, bro. You got your job, you got your podcast, leave my Angel Reese alone. I'm the one calling her and telling her not to respond. Stop it. That's the last time. Okay? Thank you. It's not real hate. If you look around what's going on in this real country, that's hate. This is sports. I'm not supposed to like you. It's a shame that all the stuff you did in your life, you're going to be remembered for your podcast. You're going to be remembered for your podcast. That should tell you you're not that fucking great. I don't want to be remembered for Shaq's big podcast. I do not. Like, leave those curves alone. You already spoke on it. Let it go. So what? He hates us. So fucking what? I hate you now.
Yeah, honestly, I'd be scared.
Shaq's hilarious though. You're gonna threaten somebody live on a podcast? I think he's just sitting around two girls who got a little gas, right?
They look a little scared.
Like, I got you.
He's like, I don't. He's like, you're gonna be remembered for your podcast. I don't want to be remembered for name drops his podcast. Like, this guy's always advertising. But it's unfortunate, the whole thing. It became a race thing. It never was really. They were just competing with each other, and then it became political, even a race thing, and
everybody
weird.
wants to get involved.
It's so weird.
Everyone has opinions, but like I guess it's because Caitlin Clark was bringing eyeballs to the WNBA, right? And this rivalry is bringing eyeballs. Otherwise, who cares about the WNBA? Like, if I'm being brutally honest, right? Like hoopers, they probably care, right? Like people who have daughters who play basketball, they probably care.
Like, did you see Gillis at the ESPYs where he was bringing up a WNBA player and he was actually pointing to his friend's wife and everybody was clapping because he's like, well, none of you guys know WNBA players.
But yeah, I mean, it's pretty. So that's what the post was. I remember it now. It was when he said if you post a monkey post again, it was 2K16 or 26 cover. 26, sorry, 16, right? 26 cover, and it was Angel Reese on the cover.
It was Angel,
but it's a monkey instead. A monkey on her face, photoshopped or whatever. Why would you repost that?
Why would you repost it? Yeah. But in his tweet, he's saying how much, how bad racism is.
Did he repost it to bring awareness? Is that what he's claiming?
He did. That's what he's claiming. But that's not a way to bring awareness to it. That's a way for people to get more eyes on it.
Yeah, because he also, he's married to a white girl, no?
Yeah.
He's married to a white girl, so he gets a lot of hate from the black community. Just for, you know how that shit is, right?
Yeah.
But like, you can speak on anything, sure, right? But like, if you're gonna turn it into a racial discussion, maybe you should, take a couple steps back, right? Like, if you're gonna retweet racist things, right? Like,
make sure you want to.
Yeah, like you should know, right? I mean, but Shaq saying what Shaq's saying. Shaq's not gonna. I wouldn't think Shaq's gonna punch anybody in the face, right? Like, you're in the streets, you talk some shit. There is consequences. Somebody's gonna punch you in the face, right? But like lawyers, money, like.
I doubt that. It's just talk.
But it makes RG3 look stupid, man.
So stupid.
I'm not like the biggest RG3 fan, anyways, right? Like, so I'm not like, oh my god, I'm not trying to defend him or anything. It's a pretty stupid thing to do. It's also like, why would you? It's you could leave it there, even if you want to argue Angel Reese is, not as good of a player as Clayton Clark. That's your whole, the hill that you're gonna die. Do it, right? But to make it into a racially motivated thing and continue to perpetuate that narrative.
That's what
it will do it on its own. Make it a racial thing.
The machine's going to run anyways. It gets clicks.
For sure.
Okay, let's move on.
Okay, so our next story is out of southern India. It's about this woman named Nina Kutina. She's 40 years old. She's a Russian lady that's 40 years old. So basically the Indian police, they discovered a cave that was sheltered with plastic sheets and like sari curtains and things. And then they went to go investigate. And it was this lady living there with her 2 young daughters. So one was 4, one was 6.
Yeah.
And then obviously the India police were like shocked. And they were like, this area is like where she was living. It's landslide prone. It's dense with venomous snakes and wild animals. And they were really concerned about like the children's safety. And to that, she said, quote, animals and snakes are our friends. And like only humans are more dangerous. Then they basically sent her to like a facility or something. And then she's going to get deported back to Russia.
Yeah.
But like she's saying like it was like a spiritual thing. They're doing my kids love being with nature. My kids are playing in the water with waterfalls.
How long was she there?
They're thinking like about a week, but apparently she does this. Like she goes from like cave to cave. Like they live in the nature.
I mean, vacations are expensive, right? That's one way to take
I didn't know it was like a short amount of time. When I saw the story, I thought she was like there for months.
That's what I thought. I thought we were gonna see like.
But now it just seems like a vacation.
Well, what a crazy person.
Life.
Is this the bear in the cave or a man? Who would you trust? She's like, humans are...
Or venomous snakes.
She's picking a snake over here.
Bro, there's some idiots out there that think bears are like cute and cuddly, right?
Don't go near any bear.
Just because like they look like, they're cute and cuddly and we see them in cartoons and TV shows growing up and stuff, right? Like... It's crazy, right? Animals are animals, right? Animals are always trying to eat people or things or prey on things.
Like
that's kind of how the ecosystem works.
So I want to ask, like, what do you guys think? Like, should her lifestyle be respected as her own personal spiritual path? Or should the state step in and protect the children,
Protect the
regardless
kid.
of the
It's-
parents' beliefs.
If she wants to go live amongst venomous snakes by herself,
Yeah.
she's go ahead.
You should go eat
What do you guys think as parents? Like, should the parents have?
Well, I
more
would
say?
never live there. but should
But like
they
in
have say
general,
on your kids?
that question.
What?
Like should the parent have more control, or should the state step in if they're doing something dangerous?
See, that's a little bit of a layered question there, right? Because should the state be able to dictate where your kids then vacation?
Or like what's deemed not right?
If it's illegal to be in a certain area, I don't think that's a parental thing. I think that's just a legal thing.
Yeah.
Right. But like if it's like other people are allowed to be there, but they're saying that you specifically can't, right? Then you know, I could see it. But
I think services can step in this case to maybe interview the kid. Just maybe the kids like it. Like you don't know.
That's what she's claiming.
no, but even then, even if they like it, if something is unsafe, right, and you have stupid people out there, right? There's like
There's stupid people.
yeah, there's a lot of stupid people out there. But I feel like the rules and regulations there for a reason, right? Like
I guess that's the whole point of child protective services.
Yeah.
Like you can't give the parent 100% autonomy over their child if they're doing negative,
stupid
harmful
shit like
things.
this.
Yeah.
this is crazy. Normal
That's an
people
extreme.
don't do
Yeah.
this, right?
Yeah.
Like if you want to like
He's not even wearing shoes.
if you want to like it feels like she wants to have that experience where you go to the Amazon with a uncontacted tribe and like try to live amongst them, right?
Yeah.
Like people have died doing that shit, right? Because of
You're saying she's done this before, right?
Yeah. Well, according to the article,
Yeah.
that she like does this frequently. She goes.
I'm just saying the kids, yo, that's crazy.
yeah, and why India? You couldn't figure out anywhere else to go?
That's the spiritual place. She loves like
I was calling her name.
yeah.
Yeah, she watched some movies, smoked a joint, and ended up in some
I think
forest.
she lives off the grid. I don't think she watches movies.
Yeah.
All right.
All right, let's move on. Okay, so I came across this article, and it was about like revenge, or having that feeling of revenge.
Okay.
So basically, these like neuroscientists discovered that what happens to your brain when you have the thought of revenge is very similar to when you do drugs, like hard drugs.
Oh wow.
Yeah. So the brain's response to revenge mirrors substance addiction, but they're saying the greatest medicine or whatever to fix it is forgiveness. Like forgiveness affects your brain so much that they looked at scans,
Yeah.
and it was curing those areas of where the
That's
so-called
crazy.
drug abuse
No way.
happened.
I believe that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That forgiveness is so powerful.
Yeah, I think so.
But it's so hard to do if you think
Yeah.
about it.
Because,
Forgiving,
the
actually
people that
forgiving.
like hold grudges, like they're so sad.
Yeah. And even like revenge is crazy. People that want to actually go through
Yeah.
with that, like, and I don't think they're happier at the end of it. I don't know how much like what they say in the article is when you do this revenge act, there's like a boost of dopamine as if you got a hit of something.
Yeah.
Like it's so comparable to like doing drugs.
I think the drug comparison, I didn't realize that was a thing, but like, I think it's also the way that people get radicalized, right? Like they don't realize that they attach themselves to some weird either political ideology or social ideology, and now that's like the flag that they're gonna carry, right? And they're like, I'm gonna, right? And they just go for that team, and I think they have the same sort of train of thought or the same way of
Like
thinking,
herd mentality,
right?
Yeah.
And then like if you think that I think
Like it changes the structure of brain.
I've read somewhere that even you don't have to necessarily have to be vengeful yourself where something happened to you where you're seeking revenge. You could just attach onto somebody else's bullshit. Right, and be like, I'm on his team, right?
Yeah.
We're gonna go revenge.
Yeah.
We're gonna go get justice together, whatever the hell, right? And I think that does the same thing.
Yeah.
But as far as to what you guys were saying, carrying a lot of hate around and a lot of anger around, it's a lot of pressure. It's like heavy, right?
It weighs on you. You gotta
For
let
sure.
it go, man.
Like I was saying earlier, like I don't like to justify things. A part of that is also then like if you're guilty for something, you just say it.
Yeah.
Right? You don't carry it around.
Yeah.
Right? Because everyone makes mistakes. And as long as like, you're like, okay, I also make mistakes, right? So if I just say it instead of like, I think there's this weird problem that some people have with guilt.
Yeah.
Right? Like they think that if they're wrong and they say it out loud, that like it's over.
Yeah.
Right? When in reality, you're kind of ridding yourself of that stupid feeling you've been carrying around for all day. Well, you want to carry it all week, all year?
Yeah.
Like how long you want to carry this? A decade? Like
and is that other person even carrying it? Do they give a shit?
They don't.
So yeah, in terms of this article, it's like if somebody wronged you, like, are you able to forgive them? That's what's going to cure this chemistry. That's a hard thing to do.
It is very hard.
To forgive somebody that's wronged you.
Well, it depends on what the wronging is.
Let's just say marital, so cheating. Let's just talk about cheating.
If you would be able to forgive somebody,
Yeah.
I think there's levels of forgiveness, right?
Yeah.
I think like if you are trying to say you're going to stay with that person for the sake of a marriage or something, that's one thing, right? I think to say that like if you have kids with a person and eventually you come to this common place where you can coexist, that's another thing, right? I think that's a way of forgiving somebody.
Yeah.
But I think it's not only just that. I think like it's small things. I think it's big things. It could be between siblings. It could be between coworkers, business partners. A lot of things happen, right? There's certain things that are not forgivable, not just like cheating, right? There's certain financial things. If somebody wrongs you and they don't admit to it.
Yeah.
Imagine a business partner steals money from you and he's like 10 years later, he's like, nah, it wasn't me, dog.
Yeah.
What are you going to be
But
like?
now that part of your brain is forever.
Or you punch him in the face like Shaq said, right? And then I'm good
everything
too.
is
Then
forgiven.
everything's good too, right?
All right, let's move on.
Well, speaking about cheating, so Coldplay is on tour. They're in Boston doing a show. So what Coldplay does a lot in their shows is like they'll go around to different fans in the audience, and the lead singer will make a song or a rhyme about whoever's on the screen, right? Just for the people that are at the show.
Yeah.
And so this particular night, the people that came on the screen, they got recorded, and this girl put it on TikTok, and her TikTok got over 90 million views. And everybody's been like reposting it with mega viral. So let's watch the video first.
Oh, look at these people. All right, come on. You okay? What? Either they're having an affair or they're just very shy.
The fact that he called them out too.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah. So he's a CEO of a big tech company in the States, Andy Byron, of astronomer.
Yeah.
And then she's the chief people officer at the same company.
He's a people officer, guy.
Yeah. Maybe what is that, like HR? And he basically resigned now since this is like mega viral.
Yeah. I've seen it.
Did you guys see all the renditions of this? Where there's like I saw one of Hillary Clinton and I think it was like Trump.
Yeah, there's so many different memes. We have some. Let's look at them.
This is how you should go.
Oh no.
Oh my god. My first prayer.
And then the Phillies made one, like remade it with the mascot.
Oh no!
Like, what were they thinking, man?
So stupid.
It's so good.
Like that was the only thing you didn't have to do, you know?
Right. This is my wife.
The kiss cam is only supposed to be for the enjoyment of the people at the game. They never show that on TV. What people do in the privacy of their own sports arena should be their own business.
It's our prime minister. Crazy. He's talking about it too. But yeah, this all they had to do when I saw this, I'm like, all they had to do was act normal, and nobody would have recorded it. It never would have went viral.
Yeah.
Like even if you were doing
I think you're wrong. If you acted normal, right?
And you just kissed the person?
Yeah. You think your wife's not gonna see that?
There's a chance she never would.
Because it was only reposted from that TikTok.
Yeah.
There was a legit chance. Yo, this happens at every Coldplay concert.
Yeah, but he's a pretty big CEO in that city. Like somebody would have seen.
Well, yeah, he's an idiot. There's no denying that. He's a dumbass.
He doesn't care.
If you're having an affair, you're like, let's go to the biggest show in town.
Probably 13, 14 people that all know him personally.
And you know they're doing that. He probably just did it to 2 other people. Let go.
Yeah,
go
why
stand
are you
over there.
standing like that?
How stupid can you be, man?
But I
This
think
guy deserved to get caught.
I think a lot of that is coming from somebody who wouldn't want to be doing that, right? Somebody in his position, maybe he just need an excuse for he just wanted to get caught.
It legit seems like
like
he
we
wanted.
don't know.
Right? Like you don't
That's
care.
the worst way to get caught. He also lost his job.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not saying he's smart. I'm just trying to break down why
Like
or an idiot would
psychology.
Yeah, like I don't know, man. Like it's to take somebody like he's married with kids, right?
Yeah.
And
So
she's married with kids, right? To do this later on in life, right? And go to a concert, right? Like you're rich people, right? And you're in the public. You're gonna do this in the public eye, so brazen out there out of nowhere, like it's kind of brave.
0 Fs.
Yeah, he doesn't care at all, right?
Clearly.
So like I think his wife like took away his last name like right away or something, right? On Facebook too. It's not like it's on Instagram.
Yeah.
That tells you their age, man.
Yeah.
It's not on anything else. It's on Facebook. Like who's on Facebook? Like people buying shit on Marketplace and like 6-year-olds. Like nobody else. Right? I don't know, man. What do you guys think about cheating in general? Right? Like where do you think you draw the line?
What would we think about it?
What would
Obviously, we
anyone
don't
think?
agree with it.
No, don't agree with it for sure. But where would you?
Where would I do it?
Maybe
You
at a concert.
Yeah, maybe not at a concert.
Coldplay concert.
I think that was just his like karmic like result. I'm happy he got caught. Like
Yeah, good.
yeah. Like this is the most
I
Lose your wife,
gentle
you
way
lose your
to get
kids, you lose your
caught.
job.
Yeah.
Good job.
I even saw Future tweeted about it. He's like, I can't help you, twin. And that's a guy who notoriously
He's speaking from
That's
experience.
why he's saying
and he's just like, you're stupider than I am, man.
Yeah.
You're just doing this out in the open.
Yeah,
So brazen.
it's pretty dumb.
That's all we got for off topic.
Okay, let's move on to the question segment. Okay, so for the first question, I saw this article about a Colombian farmer who found $600 million buried on his ranch and is thought to be part of the $30 billion fortune that Pablo Escobar allegedly has buried throughout the country.
Yeah.
But he turned it all in.
Wow.
Idiot.
Yeah. So,
Maybe he was scared.
Idiot.
yeah, what would you do
I'm
if you
taking
found
that.
it and why?
I'm taking that.
You gotta keep that.
Yeah, you got to keep that.
600 million?
Yeah,
How are you
600
going to
million.
keep it without any trace?
Well, we're gonna call each other. We're gonna sit down, right? Pen and paper, try to figure this thing out. Okay, what are we gonna do with the cash?
Cleaning that
airport.
money
Right?
would-
Yeah, to wash all that cash is gonna. It's not easy.
that would take forever.
Right? It'll take. Yeah, but you're in Colombia, but there's also a lot of,
Nefarious activity.
Yeah, there's a lot of
You're
things.
probably
going on there.
scared of the cartel.
That's
Like,
probably
he
what
kept
it
the
is.
money.
Yeah, you don't want to have that cartel money.
Yeah.
So what do you do? Good question.
But they'd probably be pissed that he turned it in too. So I don't know.
No, I mean, if you're gonna turn that in, you're not gonna keep like a little 6 million for
Yeah.
He did.
I think you're wild,
That's the
man.
right move. You got to
Yeah.
keep a little bit of it.
Yeah, maybe he did. We don't really know.
No, I mean, I wouldn't have turned any of it in. No,
Yeah.
man. Because like worst case, if you can't wash it, you just Robin Hood it, right? Start handing out 100 million here, 10 million.
Start giving money
Just go to just start throwing it off the rooftop.
That's how you get caught.
Yeah.
No, give it to people. What crime are you
People
doing?
start
You
to
found
notice
money
that.
and you're throwing it?
You'll be like on the news.
Yeah, they'll be like Robin Hood's here. Right? Like, yo,
Colombian Robin
yeah,
Hood.
he's saving poverty in Colombia.
No, that's crazy.
Yeah.
I feel like my first instinct would be to want to keep it, but I don't know how the hell you clean that. That's too much money.
It's hard to clean for sure, right? But that's a logical conversation we're having, right? So we've already decided we're keeping it.
Yeah.
There's
I
no
didn't
part of
decide
it.
that. You guys decided.
Yeah, what would you do?
I'm scared of the cartel.
So you would give it in?
Yeah, probably.
What if it was here? If he found $600 million in
Do we
cash?
have cartel?
No. If you found $600 million, just stop worrying about the cartel. If you found
That's the whole point.
if you found $600 million in the ground,
In the ground.
yeah, what are you
Your
gonna do?
property in your
Yeah,
backyard.
that's fine.
Huh?
It's fine.
Yeah. What? How it's yours. I get it. But whoa, how you gonna?
What
How's
do
that
you
gonna
need
make
to
it?
wash? Do you need to wash it?
Well, you're just gonna take a bag and drop it. Yeah, in the bank.
Buy things for the rest of my life.
With cash?
God damn! How are you gonna spend $600 million?
Buy
a
a
couple houses
in cash.
I feel like I would keep a chunk of it, maybe 50 mil.
Yeah.
I could probably handle that. And then give the rest to the cartel first. Be like, yo, guys, I found
I'm
it.
gonna get in contact with the cartel.
I don't think it's that hard.
And he thinks he's just gonna walk into some forest.
I think if you live in Colombia, I think it's pretty easy to see.
I've been to Colombia. I don't know if you can't tell who's cartel and who's not.
I'm pretty sure you could find them easily.
You were there, no? We were walking through
but
Medellin.
They run
Did you
that.
see some cartels walking around?
It's
When
hard
we
to see.
were
They're
there-
all like this big.
Yeah, when we were there,
It's coming from me.
shorter one. Majority of us are like above 6 feet, right?
Yeah.
So like you walking around in these favelas, right? Like it didn't like occur to us, but like if we got like separated from our group, you
stick
just
out,
look, you're like, oh, they're right there, right? And like you're in the ghettos in Colombia. I don't know what the hell we were thinking.
Yeah,
that's
pretty
great.
stupid.
It's a fun trip.
Wow, Indy, you must have felt so tall.
For once.
Okay, for our last question, we'll just do a ranking one.
Okay.
So rank these weekend activities without knowing what's next. And there's 5 of them. So number 1 is brunch.
Brunch is pretty
I love
solid.
brunch.
I know you love brunch, but there's other weekend activities, right?
I'll say 2.
Ooh, that high? Okay.
But
Why? You're just gonna agree right away? Why can't we say
we can have different lists.
No,
No,
we're
we
having
can't.
one list. Why do you always end up here?
We
We're
have
having
to
one
have
list.
one
Fine,
list.
3? You guys okay with 3?
Sure.
3.
Yeah.
Okay, number 2 is binge watching a show.
See?
That's pretty good. No, why don't you
better
put
than
that
brunch?
2? If you had the time,
If you had the time, binge watching shows cool.
you're forcing me to change my list. I will not change my
What do
list.
you pick for that?
What do you guys like?
Oh, can't decide, eh?
I would put it at 2.
I'll put it at 2.
Yeah.
Why, you don't like binge watch? She's not a binge watcher. Yes, you are. Just not with me.
Yeah.
You like
Because
to
when
do
I
it-
watch shows like Love Island, you're so judgy.
I don't judge. I'm like, oh, that's funny. And she goes, you're judging my show. Right? I like to watch this alone.
That show is so hard to watch.
Yeah, I couldn't finish it.
So that's 2.
2.
Yeah.
Okay, the next one is napping.
Napping?
Oh,
Naps are
Naps are
Getting your
great.
sleep in during the weekend.
Yeah.
Oh, that's fire.
That's what weekends are for.
I think 1.
We're so old.
You can't put that at 1.
we don't get
There's going to be something fun. There's going to be something fun.
That's going to slide in at 4. Then.
Fun.
That can be 4.
That's 4. What?
Jeez.
It's not 5.
We'd have a different list.
It's not 1.
Okay,
Yeah.
that's fine. 4.
Okay. The next one is going to the movies.
I love the movies.
So that's 1 for you?
No, that's not
Either
1.
1 or 5.
That has to be 5.
That's
I
gonna be
would plug
5?
it at 5.
Then
Because
one's
with
gonna
what's
suck.
left, if we could rearrange the list, it would be different, right? But the whole point is,
Put napping at 1.
yeah, no, napping would be solid 2. Brunch would be 3. But we can't do that. So
Wait,
that's
where'd you
5.
put going to the movies?
5?
I want to put
5?
What is stuck for you?
I moved on.
Tiebreaker, you have to say 5 or 1.
Because I don't agree with your list.
What don't you agree with?
5 then.
We have to. We don't know what comes next. That's the whole point.
We always do this and we say 1.
And you
sometimes
always have a problem with the
gonna be like,
goddamn
You guys
list.
always
It's
leave
gonna be
one
garbage.
open.
Yeah, that's why I was saying this should be 1. The movies.
Okay.
Let's see.
It's going to be like
Is it 1?
like a trip or
The movies is 5, and why
Movies
would
is
you want
5.
on a
Okay,
trip?
what is it?
on a weekend trip. Get
What is it?
And, well, the last one, which would be your number 1,
Yes.
is going to the beach.
Okay.
Yeah.
That's better than the movies.
Yeah, that's better than movies.
That's a good list.
That's
What's
a
wrong with
pretty
that
good list.
list?
She's
I would
just
put that
snapping at the
number
Beach, binge watching, brunch.
Yeah.
brunch. Brunch. I think with that, remember, we are not experts on anything, and you guys should always do your own research no matter what anyone else says, including us. With that, it's a wrap. We'll catch you guys next week.
Take care, everybody.